Hey, what's up everybody? Brotrio here, and we are finally doing another rankings. And since the new one comes out next month, we decided to go through and rank every Mega Man game. Now, the Legacy Collections 1 and 2 coming out definitely helped a lot with this.
Yeah.
And
now we're going to specify it's classic Mega Man that we're doing.
Yeah, none of that Star Force, none of that Gemini attack. Nothing like that. Just classic Mega Man.
Classic Mega Man, numbered entries only. And it's been a hot minute since we did a rankings. And to kind of ease ourselves back into it, this works perfectly because there's only 10 Mega Man games, so it's a top 10 and a rankings all at the same time.
How about that?
So,
crossover.
Let's start ranking the Mega Man titles. Starting with number 10, which is number 7. Mega Man 7 is not bad. It's not the worst game ever.
It's not a terrible game.
But compared to other Mega Men,
not as bad as X7.
It is, yeah. It made the jump from the NES to the SNES and tried to do a lot of stuff, but you can really tell it was the precursor to Mega Man X because a lot of stuff happens differently. Like the boss's weakness will like make them like flinch and it affects them. And it had some good bosses, but overall they were all kind of meh at best. Meh to bad. Like Slash Man looks cool, he's not fun to fight. Cloud Man is dumb. Spring Man, dumb power. Most of the powers aren't that great.
Yeah.
One of the best is Dark Man's because you bounce it back to yourself and then it gets stronger. But
you could just tell it was geared more toward like casuals and kids, and like the stage design is just nothing stands out to me.
Yeah, it's just good, not great.
Yeah, the rest of these are pretty great,
except for this one. Mega Man 8 is definitely our second least favorite Mega Man, and it wasn't even close. Like 7 and 8 were just bottom. Because I'm not saying they're bad. They're good games. They're fun games. They're just not as good.
Yeah,
like
not as good.
They don't have any magic to them.
There's the stupid bosses like Clown Man, dumb powers like the soccer ball, and this could be a pro depending on how you look at it. The voice acting was
so bad.
Absolutely atrocious, but it was hilarious. Like Dr. Wowie and
we must stop Dr. Wowie. And then
I'll see you in my dreams.
Oh
God, yeah, Clown Man.
Clown Man's the worst.
Who says that when you're dying?
I don't know. It's a forever sleep, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but
he's a weird guy.
Yeah.
All that aside, Mega Man 8 really, I mean, it had some good levels, but most were relatively uninspired, not as good as previous games, and the bosses were not super challenging and not super fun either. And that's
why it's so low.
Yeah.
Fucking Clown Man.
Alright, now that those two are out of the way, let's get into the first of, I guess, the bottom of the great ones.
Yeah.
Because I like Mega Man 5 a lot.
It's not bad.
It's got some really cool bosses, like Gravity Man. His stage, actually, is more impressive than him.
Yes.
Like, I love that stage, just going on the roof and everything, and then you have the whole Proto Man being a bad guy thing that carries through all the way through his own themed castle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then
That is nice.
like you get through that, and then it's just like, oh no, it's Wily still.
Yeah. Of course it's Wily. It's always Wily. Dr. Wowie at it again.
Yeah, like I just love that game. Like it's basic, or it was the first one that I remember playing through that you got through the castle, and then you had a whole other castle to go through with even more challenging bosses, and everything like just flowed really well. Now Mega Man 5 is pretty good, but 3 is just great. I love a lot of the Robot Masters. Like Snake Man's awesome, Magnet Man is cool. Magnet Man has one of the coolest weapons of like almost any Mega Man game.
Gemini Man is one of the best designed Robot Masters. Yeah, I really like Gemini Man.
And Snake Man has like the best themed stage.
Yeah, it's
you just have
super,
the giant snakes.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it's supposed to be, because normally it's supposed to be something like, you know, Gutsman's in a construction yard or whatever, but who knows? There's a bunch of giant snakes, and it's fun to get through, and, I mean...
That's really all you would want out of a Mega Man game, is good levels, good bosses, good powers.
There you go.
Now, this is one of my favorite Mega Man games.
It's good.
Mega Man 4 has some of the best levels, some of the best powers, and some of the best bosses. Like, fighting Pharaoh Man is fun. He's a great boss, he has a great stage, and he has an amazing power. The Pharaoh shot, blast, whatever it is, you can charge it and bounce it around. Well, you don't bounce it, but you throw it in any direction you want, and it's like super effective most of the time. It was one of my most used weapons because like it may not have been a weakness, but it was just fun to toss at people.
One of my favorites was Skullman because he looks like Crossbones from Marvel.
Yeah.
And you get a shield made of skulls from him, and if that's not the most metal thing I've ever heard, I don't know what it is. A shield made of robot skulls or whatever. It's awesome.
The most metal thing is his level. It is made entirely of bones.
Oh,
Skullman goes all out for his thing.
He slaughtered a lot of people for that level. Well, no better way to kick off the top 5 than the one that started it all. The original Mega Man. Now, like, I don't know what else I can say about it besides it's so good. It was such a revolution for the time.
It's a classic for a reason.
Yeah, Mega Man...
It basically invented its own genre.
Yeah.
To my
probably
knowledge...
had the most confusing box art of ever.
To my knowledge, no NES character had that good of a design either. Like, he had...
Yeah, Mega Man's a very well-designed sprite.
They chose blue for the fact that there were more shades of blue so they could give him more detail. And it worked. You could tell he had his little briefs. You could tell his boots were separate from his suit and everything. It was great. Mega Man is a classic. He's an icon because of this game. This game bred some of the most iconic Robot Masters. No, the most iconic Robot Masters.
I was about to say.
I mean, you have Cutman, Gutsman, Iceman, everybody. Everybody's there, and they're great.
I mean, and Mega Man still shows up as cameo.
Hell,
Cutman is so popular. He came back 100 years or so later in Mega Man X8. Like, Cutman is just that good.
And, like, it caused a generation's worth of hatred for a little bastard known as the Yellow Devil.
Oh,
that is an achievement in itself.
This is the most recent Mega Man game, and it is in the top 5 for good reason. Whenever they revived the Mega Man franchise, they did so in a way that kept everything the way it was, but changed it enough to just get everybody interested again. And Mega Man 10 was an amazingly, like, it was outstanding.
They did such a good job on
one of the best Mega Man soundtracks to date.
Which is a feat in itself.
Yeah, some amazing bosses, amazing levels. I mean, Nitro Man's level where you're dodging those big-ass buses was just so much fun. Not to mention, they kind of had some, like, comedic fun with it. Like, Pump Man pumps himself to squirt water at you. Sheep Man, he's a sheep, and he's an electric sheep, because Japan likes that shit. And one of the most badass bosses you could encounter was fighting Dr. Wily's weapon archive, where it's just this 3-room gauntlet where it just takes past Robot Master's powers and like puts Mega Man through the runner.
And even their fighting styles to some extent.
Yeah, it was an amazing fight. Plus, I mean, Dr. Wily's in a pirate ship at the end? Come on!
Now, a second ago, Daniel mentioned the resurgence of Mega Man as a franchise, and that happened with Mega Man 9.
Oh, yeah.
9 did not pull any punches. Like, it just came in swinging and swinging hard. Like, all of the bosses are pretty good. Like, you've got Tornado Man, who's awesome. I liked Galaxy Man a lot. His ability, or his power was just sweet. Like the black hole gun.
Oh, yeah.
Hornet Man was cool. Splash Woman, the first female Robot Master, and only, at least as of now, the level design was just top notch. Like every stage felt like it was something to do, and it was one of the best final battles too, because you had Dr. Wily in that T-Rex thing, and you had to bounce his eggs back at him because none of your abilities could hurt him.
Number 2 is this one's definitely not at close to the top of most other people's lists, but we friggin' loved Mega Man 6.
Yes.
It's awesome.
It's all I like. Every one of the Robot Masters Mega Man 6 had. Plant Man's the worst, but I still like him. I just like his design. I don't know
cool
why.
looking. I don't know.
His power's stupid. But anyway, the levels were fantastic. The music was fantastic. And, you know, that's all pretty par for the course for Mega Man. Nothing special yet, except that friggin' rush armor.
Yes.
You get 2 rush armors, and it negates your powers. But you get jet armor that lets you fly, and you get, what is it, power armor?
Yeah, it turns you into a gorilla.
Yeah, you turn into a big red gorilla because you're wearing your dog.
Like,
And it's just, it's awesome. It
like,
added a whole...
You don't need your powers. You're just awesome.
And didn't, you could break down certain walls with it, right?
Yes.
And get collectibles and energy tanks and all that. Mega Man 6 was just great. I don't understand why no one else seems to appreciate it as much as we do.
Yeah, and
But-
you could summon Beat to just come in and
Yeah.
kill everything.
Yeah, he didn't
Like-
just pick you up out of pits. He got physically aggressive and just murdered stuff. It was awesome.
Yeah, Mega Man 6 is absolutely fantastic. And I don't know why it gets all the hate it does, because it definitely doesn't deserve it.
Now, you know it's coming. Our number 1 is number 2.
Yes.
Mega Man 2 just took literally everything the first game did and just reinvented itself in a whole new way. Like, it's the pinnacle, basically, of Mega Man. Like,
Everyone says it's the best for a reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Very good reason.
the Robot Masters are awesome. The stage design is awesome. The music is amazing. Like, the Dr. Wily Stage 1 music,
Oh,
it gets me so pumped.
Quick Man is my favorite
And-
Robot Master out of that bunch. He's just great.
Yeah. Like, Heat Man is I love his design, how he's just a
He's
flip
just a
lighter.
lighter.
Like, everything, you can just tell that the developers loved what they were doing, and we love them for it.
Yeah, not to mention the powers were just
Oh, yeah.
incredible. I mean,
Like, Metal Man alone makes that game.
yes, he's like everybody's weakness, and even if he's not, that power is so fast and loose and doesn't use any ammunition, he's everyone's weakness, whether he is or not. God, that power is so great. You can go in like every direction. Heat Man's was also a cool power. Like the least cool power in that bunch is Leaf Man's, and I mean it's still not bad.
Yeah, it's still like one of the best force fields. I have to give it to Skullman for the best force field.
Because of the metal.
But yeah, like just except for the lack of rush, in my opinion, there's almost no faults to Mega Man 2. Like you have the items, which is basically the prototype for Rush.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Like, and personally, I think the lack of sliding and charge shot is a little bit of a detriment. But those are just things that I would want. That game does not need any of those things to still be great. And there you have it. That is our top 10 / rankings of the core Mega Man series. We can only hope that Mega Man 11 will crack the top 5. Maybe number 1. We don't know yet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
Super Fighting Robot.
The demo was really fun, so I'm looking very forward to playing that game.
hey, thanks for watching. Did you like the video? Why don't you hit that like and subscribe button? It really helps us grow the channel. And don't forget to ring that bell to join our notification squad. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I put the links in the description just to make it easier for you to get to. And we will catch you next time for the next video from the Bro Trio.